Hello and welcome everyone to your Friday Daily 8 here on the News 8 Live Desk. Phil Penarski here with the top 8 stories for your day as we get set for the weekend. We've got a jam-packed show, so let's go ahead and jump right into things with our first story of the day. 6 individuals, including 4 teenagers, were injured in a multi-vehicle crash near the Gerald R. Ford International Airport last night. According to the Kent County Sheriff's Office, the 4 teens were traveling along Patterson Avenue around 8 p.m. and as they were turning into the airport, they were struck by another vehicle coming from the other direction. The second vehicle caught on fire following the accident. The Sheriff's Office said that all 6 individuals that were involved in the crash were sent to a hospital with serious injuries, but that's all that they have confirmed to us at this time. The crash is still under investigation. And next, we're learning more about a new blood test that could make diagnosing Alzheimer's disease faster, easier, and less expensive. The test is still in clinical trials, but is showing results with a 91% accuracy rate. We spoke with the Michigan chapter of the Alzheimer's Association yesterday, and they said that this would be a game changer for doctors and patients. They also said that this could be the first step in finding a cure for Alzheimer's. And in Muskegon this weekend is, of course, Wings Over Muskegon, the annual air show that brings thousands of onlookers who are looking to catch some incredible aerial acts. But you're going to want to maximize the fun you have this weekend because it's not returning in 2025. That's according to organizers who told us that due to construction projects at the Muskegon County Airport, that's where the event is actually being held. The air show will not be able to go on as planned, but they are hopeful to bring the event back for 2026. The first show of the 2024 Wings Over Muskegon, though, show begins tonight at 5 p.m. So you're all set there to enjoy it, and it lasts all weekend long. So it should be a good night for it too. And to get a better look at what the weather is going to be this weekend, let's send it over now to Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood with your full noon forecast.
Well, dare I say, a hint of fall heading our way, especially on Saturday. Behind a cold front, northerly winds building in. That's going to create some dangerous wave conditions along the lakeshore and also bring in some cooler temperatures. All that moisture from Hurricane Debbie, or at least the remnants thereof, staying well on the eastern side of the country or east coast. Today, partly cloudy conditions. I think once we get beyond the 6 p.m. time frame, we'll have an outside chance of a shower out there. Northwest wind around 10 to 20 miles an hour, which will build those wave heights around 3 to 5 feet. Red flags up and down the shoreline, although those water temperatures don't look very inviting anyway. Small craft advisory as well. Here's what we're tracking. Breezy and cool the next couple days. Warming trend in the next week with limited rain chances. And that means, believe it or not, no thunderstorms in the forecast for the 8-day. Notice we do start that warming trend on Sunday, and then we should be pretty consistently around 80 and into the 80s from Tuesday onward. Just a slight chance of showers later on Monday into the Tuesday time frame.
All right, thanks, Matt. We head to Zeeland now for this next one, as Frank's Restaurant, a community favorite, is celebrating 100 years of service. Thousands of customers have stopped by the restaurant over the years to dine on some delicious burgers, which can be topped with just about anything. It's the longest standing restaurant in the Zeeland and Holland area, and to celebrate, Frank's is having a party this Saturday filled with live music, games, and of course, some great food. And speaking of awesome businesses, we get an inside look at a downtown Grand Rapids business that is just perfect. Yes, I said this week's Around Town, which you can find on woodtv.com, takes us to the Happy Cat Cafe, where you can not only get a great cup of coffee, but also chill out with some cats. And if you happen to really bond with one of the felines there, you can also submit an application and possibly adopt them and give them a forever home. You can find out more on the Happy Cat Cafe by heading over to woodtv.com. And now for something that we're working on for you tonight. We are celebrating 50 years since President Gerald R. Ford took office back in 1974. Elena Cousineau was down at the President's Museum here in Grand Rapids this morning with how they are honoring Ford's life.
A new exhibit is now open at the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum, and it celebrates 50 years since Ford took office. It's called Ford at 50, Decisions That Defined a Presidency. And it opened this morning at 10 o'clock. Now here's a look at what you can see inside. There are items like medallions, documents from Ford's presidency, photographs, and you can even hear from him yourself through video of one of his speeches. The curator for the museum says they've been thinking about how to celebrate the 50-year anniversary and have been seriously planning this exhibit for about a year now. You will see 6 themes throughout the display showing some of his biggest decisions, like his amnesty program for draft dodgers, pardoning President Richard Nixon, and attending the Helsinki Accords. Now, the curator adds that they hope that this new exhibit immerses visitors and tells them a little bit more about when Ford served as president. We have more information on this exhibit and how you can get tickets over on woodtv.com.
All right, thanks, Elena. And we will actually be showing a full special on President Ford coming up on News 8 at 7 p.m. It is the perfect lead into all of our Olympics coverage as we approach the end of the games as well. And we've got one more story for you, but it's something you need to keep in mind for this weekend instead of tonight. The Perseid meteor shower will be happening Saturday night and into Sunday morning. And with us having pretty clear skies here in West Michigan, it will be perfect viewing for it. The meteor shower only happens about once a year, as more than 100 meteors will be streaking across the sky per hour. Hopefully you're able to see it, and if you do, we would sure love to see them, so be sure to send them our way if you are able to grab a couple of pictures. All right, well, hopefully everyone enjoyed today's Daily 8. I know I did. And remember, you can watch all of the Daily 8s whenever you want over on woodtv.com. Just go ahead and click on the Daily 8 tab at the top of your screen, and you'll be able to find every single one. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this latest edition of the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Panarski, and we will see you again on Monday for another Daily 8.